is going on, everyone? I'm GTFO My BR, bringing you some Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 gameplay on the new DLC map Gulch. Well, I guess it really isn't new anymore. It's been out for a while, huh? Anyhow, let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm using the Gold ACR 6.8 silenced and extended mags. My go-to weapon when I'm trying to bring you guys these gameplays. I have switched up, made a little bit of a change here. I am typically running the UAV Predator Missile Attack Helicopter. However, now, with Modern Warfare 3's lifetime for being the #1 Call of Duty game coming to an end, decided to switch it up, and we're going to be running the Predator Missile, the Attack Helicopter, and the Reaper. Yes, you heard it here, folks. I am running the Reaper. Also got my Simtex Grenade, Portable Radar. Perks are still the same with Scavenger Pro, Hardline Pro, and Marksman. No, excuse me, Stalker Pro. Yes, Stalker Pro. Gonna have to get used to not being able to strafe back and forth as fast in Black Ops 2, but it's just something that we'll have to deal with. We have to modify our playstyle a little bit, but playing here on Gulch, playing Kill Confirmed. I'm on by myself, not playing with any of my friends, so got a group full of randoms here. But the reason why I wanted to bring this to you today is so that we can talk a little bit about what I do for a living, what I do at work. So, as you guys may or may not know, I am a career firefighter paramedic in a major DC metropolitan area department. We have about 1,200 members of the department who are career, and then also supplemental volunteers to come in and help us out whenever we need it. The county itself probably runs anywhere between 100 and 110,000 calls a year. That's a crazy amount. Obviously, it's not as much as the FDNY or New York City, where they run over 1 million calls a year. But just because based on population there. Pick up my Reaper here, which is the first time I've ever earned a Reaper from a kill streak, so that's pretty cool. But we'll get back to this. So, I work for the major metropolitan fire department, career firefighter paramedic, and I'm pretty busy at work. Like I said, the county runs 110,000 calls a year, but whenever I go to work, I typically run 10 to 15 calls, depending on time of day of the week, weather conditions, everything like that. But I've been working there for just over 4 years now. I got hired in September 2008, and what got me interested in it was I've been a volunteer for 8 years. My dad was a firefighter, my grandfather was a firefighter, his father was a firefighter, so I'm actually 6th generation firefighter, which is pretty cool. I definitely feel that I have to fill some boots to, the expectations that I have on me. I am the first person to do it for a living in my family, which is also pretty cool. They say that if you love your job, you never work a day in your life, and I can honestly say that's pretty true. Every time I go to work, it's enjoyable. I mean, I don't get along with everybody that I work with, but for the most part, I like everybody on my shift, and we get along, and we can hang out and talk about fire department stuff, or talk about life, or go and hang out on a day off and get some beers together or whatever. But and that's what makes it one of the greatest jobs in the world, is the brotherhood that you have with your co-workers and the relationships that you have and that you create during your career. I'm new in my career, and I've been able to work with a lot of great people and learn a lot of things that will help me throughout my career. I mean, I haven't, they have 3 tiers of retirements, so you can retire at 20 years, 25 years, or 30 years. Obviously, being 4 years in, I haven't decided yet when I'm going to retire or anything like that, but that's a long way off. But, being able to have what I perceive as the greatest job in the world is a blessing. Whenever I applied for the job, I was going up against 2,000 other people who also applied for the job. So it was a very competitive process. You had to go through a 9-month hiring process where you had to take a written exam, and after the written exam you had to do an interview where you go in instead of a panel of career firefighters, paramedics, captains, battalion chiefs, whatever. You have to sit in front of them and they ask you questions and you have to answer them, and then from there you go into your background investigation where they actually come to your house and talk to your neighbors, talk to your references, make sure that everything that you put down in your packet was right, and then you have to sit down with the background investigator and go over your packet and make sure that everything in it's correct, and then once everything's reviewed, they give you a conditional offer of employment based on your completion of the physical agility test. So the physical agility test is pretty standard for all career departments in the country, and it's not too bad of a test, but it can be a little stressful at first. But once you're done the test, they take you into the room, you sign some paperwork, you meet up with everybody else who passed the test, and you start the academy in 2 weeks. I'll talk more about the academy later at a different time, but I just wanted to give you guys a little insight into what it is that I do. I wasn't a paramedic whenever I first started. I took the 6-month EMT basic to EMTP paramedic program through work. So I did it for 40 hours a week for 6 months straight and was able to take my national registry exam and then take my Maryland State test and become a nationally and state certified paramedic. And it is one of the greatest achievements that I've had so far in my life. I love going to work. I love helping people. It's just the kind of person I am. It's very enjoyable, and if any of you guys are interested, I'd definitely suggest becoming a volunteer, at least getting some exposure into it, and then potentially pursuing the career route. But that's it for now. If you liked, please like. If you want to see more, please sub. I'm GTFO My BR, and I'll catch you later.